Hi, Nancy here, and welcome back to my thumb and the waist yarn. And we're going to pretend that this is done, and now we're going to make a thumb out of this little piece of waist yarn, and I'm going to show you how we do it. Okay, the first thing we're going to do is we're going to pick this waist yarn out, and don't get nervous, it's not scary, nothing's going to happen, okay. It doesn't really go anywhere, as you can see, but I know it's kind of a scary thing. So I'm just picking out this waist yarn. Actually, I'm going to live really dangerously. I'm just going to pull it out so you can kind of see what happens here. Okay. All right. So what you see here is there's 3 stitches on the bottom, and there's 2 on top, because you know how things, they stagger, they're not really on top of each other. So I'm going to take my double point needle and I'm going to get the 3 on the bottom on my needle, and then I'm going to get the 2 on top on my needle. Okay, so there they are, everybody's on their needle now. You don't have to worry, you don't have to sweat a thing now. Okay, we're going to make a thumb out of this, and we actually should do probably 12 stitches out of this. Okay, so you're going to end up with another double point needle, and then we're going to take some green yarn, okay, and we're going to start with the first stitch on the bottom, okay, and I'm just going to take and get my working yarn started up here. Okay, that's probably the worst part, actually, trying to get this hung on there so it doesn't slide off. Okay. Okay, so we're going to start. We're going to knit 1, 2, 3. And I did knit with my tail. Boy, that's a good sign. Okay. Now, I'm going to look at this here, and I am going to pick up 3 stitches in here. Okay. So where am I going to put? I would say 1, 2, 3, but let's see how it looks. So I'm going to go into that stitch, right in the center of that stitch. Okay. And then I'm going to go right in the center of this one. And then I'm going to go into this one. Okay. And we'll see how they look. Kind of tight. They look okay. And if there's a big hole, I can close that up with my tail when I'm sewing. When you find a hole when you're picking up stitches or doing this, it's not that you're doing anything really wrong. It's the nature of the beast. Now, what happens is if you pick up one bar here, let me show you this. Let's say you pick up one loop here. Look what happens. That's going to be too big of a hole, and try not to do that. You want to get under 2 bars if you possibly can. Okay? So now we've got 2, 4, 1, 2, 3. Did I lose one here along the way? No. Okay, so I'm going to pick up one more for good measure. Okay, so now we've got 6 stitches. Okay? And I'm going to split these up on my needles after I'm done here. So I'm going to knit the 2 that were just sitting up here waiting for me to knit them. Okay. Now we're going to knit, what do I got here? I've got 8. I think we're going to end up with 10 here. I don't think I'm going to have enough room. 2, 4, 6, 8, 9. Yeah, 10's going to probably work fine. Okay. So I'm going to go in here. And you know what? If it doesn't look right, pull it out and go in a different spot. Okay. Now we're going to go right into there. Okay. Alright, so now what I'm going to do before we really get into this, I've only got 2 needles here, so we don't really want to keep it like that. Okay. So I'm just going to put maybe 3 on this one, 3 on that one. Okay, it looks like a mess right now, doesn't it? But it's really okay. I don't need to put a marker here. My tail is going to serve as the marker. Okay. So we're going to start knitting our rounds right now. I'm going to show you how this is going to work out for those of you that really don't believe there's a thumb in here. Okay, so we're going to 1, 2, 3. Okay. 2, 3, okay, and then we're going to have 4 up here, so this is our first round, 1, 2, 3, 4, okay, we're going to go one more round, so you can see how pretty our thumb is. And normally a pattern will tell you how many stitches should be on each needle, what pattern you should be following. I mean, I'm definitely winging it here, so this, just for the sake of an example, okay? So now let's see what we got going here. Let's look this over here. That looks pretty good. That looks pretty good. That looks pretty good. So we hold this all up. We've got this nice, now this part here, there's a loose thread here that I will be able to tighten up. Okay? But you get the general idea. But that's how you do a thumb off of waste yarn.